Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael P. Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. I'm here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. If you're new to the program, who's Dr. Lange? I'm a board-certified optometric physician. I am also a certified nutritional specialist. I founded the Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993. I started hosting Ask the Doctor April 15th of 1993. So getting close to 30 years. And I've opened 14 locations, eye care centers, state-of-the-art eye care centers in the state of Florida, including the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, and started Fortify Vitamins about, 20 years ago now. Anyway, this show is dedicated to you, the listeners. So no matter how simple or complicated your question is, please don't hesitate picking up the phones and give me a call. Also, Dr. Richard Hall is hosting the show with me. He hosts the show quite frequently over the years. And Dr. Hall is an icon in the sports nutrition world. And Doc Hall can be seen now at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. So he can be seen for a free nutritional consultation. I did not stutter. A free nutritional consultation. It's really amazing. You know, I see patients that may have macular degeneration, glaucoma, dry eye, diabetes, and maybe they're a little bit overweight. Now I can walk out and say, Doc Hall, let's get this patient going. And Doc Hall sits down with a consultation, goes over everything in detail, how that patient can thrive instead of just survive. Anyway, good morning, Dr. Hall. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful, and thank you for that intro. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying my time in the Villages and seeing lots more patients and interacting with patients in a higher level, and makes me feel good. It's where I need to be. And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're with us this morning. I have to laugh a little bit, but so many of our listeners let me know that they've missed my National Day report. So here goes. Believe it or not, it's National Play Outside Day. So today's a great day to begin your exercise program. Don't put it off. Start it today. Make it a landmark day. April 1st, you're starting your new program. And it happens to be National Sourdough Bread Day. And as you know, if you're a listener, that's the number one bread of the Ask the Doctor show. Most certainly it is National Hat Day, as always. We have a busy show today, Dr. Lange. We talked about that on the way over on the Causeway this morning. I've been working on our format all morning, so I make sure that we cover everything. Just want to put this out to the listeners, give them something to think about before we get into it. But have you noticed that your pants, maybe your shorts are loose in the butt area or the leg area, but not necessarily in the waist? It's called sarcopenia. And we're going to tell you how to slow down that process and build back or recover that lost muscle, balance, and strength. Those are really important as we get older. Okay, and folks, believe me, I'm on the bandwagon on this, that it's not just an age-related type thing that we get pushed off on us that, well, you reach a certain age, this happens, that happens, and like that. No, there's things you can do to stave this off where it doesn't happen. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today. We've got some big specials that we're doing, Dr. Lange, we're going to talk about, and some new products that might be on the horizon. So, I'm going to get right into the show as quick as possible. I'm going to turn it right back over to you.
Yep. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Karen Heck for being a guest on Ask the Doctor last week. We had a great show with Dr. Karen Heck, and Mandy Baker from Fortify Vitamins called in as well, and she was a guest. And and anyway, thank you, Dr. Karen Heck. All is good here. Astaxanthin is on everybody's mind right now. Astaxanthin is a potent antioxidant and a potent anti-inflammatory that is in our Fortify Focus, in our Fortify Fit, and our Focus and Brain, and many other of our supplements. So once again, Dr. Karen Heck, one of the leading authorities on astaxanthin, thanks for being a guest on the show last week. Also, I want you guys to sign up for our newsletter. We send you a lot of educational pieces, but also some great deals. Like we had a deal that was running buy one, get two for free on our Super Omega yesterday. And we reached out to people via the email and via social media. And we're going to run that today at the Fortify Nutrition Center. So I will be at the Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater. So any of you in the Tampa Bay, Clearwater area, come on by. It's on McMillan Booth Road. You can't miss us right there in the Publix Plaza. But I'll be there about 12:30, 1 o'clock for a few hours. And our Fortify Super Omega, specific ones, we got, I don't know, probably 50 bottles left, maybe more than that, that are early dating on the expiration. And so we're doing buy one, get two. So that's basically three for what, I don't know what it is, $29 or something like that. That's cheaper than our cost. So you can't beat it. Come on by, take advantage of that. Buy one, get two for free of the Fortify Super Omega that lots of you are already taking. So it is an amazing deal. Once again, sign up for our newsletter. Go to fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortify.com. And at the bottom of the front page, there's a little thing that says newsletter. Just click on that, put your email in, and boom, you're good to go. And we'll automatically send you information. Remember, there's a lot of radio stations we're on for 6 months, and we test the market, test the waters all over the country, and then we go off of them. So, and then sometimes come back to those stations. So that's a way that you can still stay in touch with us. So check it out on the website, fortify.com. Also, we're going to be talking about Fortify Fit. Doc Hall is going to have a little section on sarcopenia and building muscle at any age. But remember, Fortify Fit is our ultimate muscle fuel that we created that has everything in it to help support strong muscles, muscle synthesis, endurance, circulation, all of that. And Fortify Fit, the strawberry watermelon cream right now is a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. So automatically you go to fortify.com, go to Fortify Fit, and go to the drop down strawberry watermelon cream. You order one, you get two. You order 5, you get 10. So that's basically 50% off. Take advantage of that. That won't last much longer. All right, let me give you the phone lines, and then we're going to go to the first call of the morning. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. All right, let's go to the first call of the morning. Everybody knows who that is. Got to get up pretty early in the morning to beat Bob. Bob, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, doctors. Pleasure to talk to you on this beautiful Saturday morning in Northwest Central Florida here. Pretty day. Dr. Lange, I received a advertisement in the mail this week. Actually, it's maybe 2 or 3 times around, but it reminded me of way back when I first started to listen to you, and I burnt the bottom of my first styrofoam cup testing my current omega-3. But this is called, I'm going to drop a name here. This is called Ruby Red. And it's a little different in that it's not omega-3 fish oil, nor is it the shrimp or the Creole that was a competitor back then. Haven't heard too much about that lately. But the reason I picked up the phone and called you this morning is because, as Doc Hall can testify, for whatever reason, I'm having a hard time bringing my blood pressure down. Now, I want to preface this and say it's not unusually high. It's just higher than I want it. I'm trying to bring it down, and I've quite honestly thrown everything but the kitchen sink at it over the last year or so. No effect. Right. So when I read this little pamphlet, one of its high points is to lower blood pressure. Now, this is a different source. This is calamus. It's a shrimp organism that's called calamus, and they extract a red oil from it, and they of course advertise many benefits. But I'm calling the doctors that I refer to all the time to get a great answer, to get the honest answer. Is this something I should look into or throw away?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm very familiar with that company, Ruby Reds. I'm very familiar. And, I think it's a decent product. What they've done, they've taken things like tomatoes and carrots and raspberries and cherries and beets and strawberries and apples and cranberries, watermelon, et cetera, things that are red, but they also have other things that aren't red in it. And they've taken probiotics and enzymes and maybe some of this other stuff that you just mentioned and combined just about everything but the kitchen sink into one little product, okay? And beets too. And so I would not, I think it's fine if you want to take that just to get more antioxidant power and more whole food extracts. I think it's fine. I always recommend people making sure things are certified organic, number one, when you're doing this, and also make sure there's no soy in the products, okay? So I'm not familiar if any of that is with this particular product, but I would not take this to treat high blood pressure, okay? It's probably not going to make your blood pressure go up. It's got some things in it that we call dietary nitrates that we've talked about. And dietary nitrates can actually cause vasodilation of your blood vessels and in essence help lower the blood pressure. But most of those studies using beets were done with the real beets, okay? Taking 2 beets and juicing them in a juicer and then drinking that juice. And there's some studies. They're not huge double-blind placebo-controlled studies, but some studies that have shown that the real beet juice may be effective at helping lower blood pressure, just like the real omega-3 from fish oil may help with blood pressure as well. And the combination of those two may be very effective, okay? But the problem with beets, and this is why I have not used beets in any of our powders, is a lot of us are prone to kidney stones. That's due to the oxalic acid, oxalates. And so dietary oxalates can cause kidney stones. So you got to be very careful. If you ever had a kidney stone, you never want one ever again. And I recommend if you're going to do beet juice, eat some goat cheese or manchego cheese with it, because there's some studies out there that are fairly mild, but are fairly minimal, but that suggest that if you take a dietary source of cheese that has dietary calcium in it, that may be binding with the oxalates in the beets in your gut and therefore not absorbing into your blood while your blood filters through your urine and can cause kidney stones. So basically, then you just poop it out. So I've been recommending that anybody that are eating a lot of almonds, spinach, rhubarb, or beets, those are all very high in oxalic acid, eat some goat cheese or manchego cheese or drink some goat milk or A2 cow's milk with it. And I've been doing that, and I haven't had a kidney stone in, 8 years now? And I only had one kidney stone. It was the worst pain I ever had in my life. So you also need to drink plenty of fluids, maybe put some lemon juice in it as well, and take some good probiotics, because if we have the good bacteria in our gut, then it's less likely to enhance a possibility of you developing kidney stones. But Bob, the gist of this story is, if your blood pressure is high and, anything over 130 over 80 is considered high, I get a little more concerned 140 over 90, but everybody is different. We have to look at other things in your blood chemistries, things like C-reactive protein and homocysteine and triglycerides and your ratios of cholesterol. So there's a lot of other things you got to look at. Um, and but blood pressure is the silent killer. And we see a lot of problems in our patients in the eye care clinic at the Lange Eye Institute that have blood pressure problems that have caused ischemic optic neuropathy, swollen optic nerves called papilledema, branch vein occlusions, central vein occlusions, artery occlusions, all sorts of things. These are like strokes to the eye, but also strokes to the brain, heart attacks. So we got to get your blood pressure down. So sometimes you have to go to your primary care physician or find a good primary care physician or internist, and you may have to get on a medication. I know you don't like to hear that, but you got to get that blood pressure down. All right. I know you've tried everything naturally, adding some cardiovascular exercise, weight management. All of this is very important. But if that blood pressure is just staying relatively high, you got to get it down. So I think it's time maybe to find a good internal medicine doctor, a primary care physician that is also into some natural aspects of healthcare. It's called complementary medicine. Okay.
Okay, doctors. Well, just to say, my blood pressure reads about 157 over 78 pretty consistently.
Yeah, at least it's not over 110. All right. So the 157 is a
No,
little bit high. So I think, yeah, you need to. When's the last time you saw your primary care physician had a complete blood panel and had a complete workup?
your show is not long enough for me to tell you about that.
Okay. All right, Bob.
Thank you,
Bob?
doctors. Have a good day.
Thanks for the call. Doc Hall, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I just wanted, Bob, I owe you a phone call. I didn't forget about you, buddy, and I'll be calling you in the next day or two.
All right. There we go. You're listening to Ask the Doctors this morning. Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Richard Hall. If you got a question, give us a call. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Fortify Vitamins. The phone number at Fortify is 866-503-9746. I'm going to give it to you two more times. Fortify Vitamins, 866-503-9746. One more time, 866-503-9746. If you want to get some of that Super Omega, buy one, get two for free. That's three of them. You probably need to get over to the Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater early before I get there. I get there about 12:30 to 1. Get over there a little earlier because those are going to go very fast today. And I might even just go ahead and say, what the heck, if you buy anything at all, you'll get a free bottle of the Super Omega. So I want to get rid of these that have short dating on them. All right.
Just wanted to chime in, Dr. Hall. Dr. Hall, I'm Dr. Hall. Dr. Lange, real quick. When you mentioned about the omegas, and you buy one get two free. So in essence, you're getting three bottles, and the price of that is normally per bottle is $29. So really, you're getting per bottle is about less than $10 a bottle. It's $9.33 a bottle. That's incredible for the quality and the quantity that you're getting. You just can't beat that deal. So, folks, if you can take advantage of that, you're in that area, I would certainly drop in and buy some because you just can't beat that. And we're not going to run that again. I mean, it was kind of a mistake. We found a pallet in the warehouse, and that's why you're getting it now at less than $10 a bottle. And our mistake is your fortune. So that's a good thing.
Yep. It's pretty amazing. We had that little pallet hiding with 2,500 bottles. But I tell you, we moved 2,500 bottles in about 2.5 weeks, and we're down to only a little bit. So before we take the next call, I just want to talk a little bit about something that can help everybody, okay? So, how many fruits and vegetables do you guys and gals eat a day? How many fruits and vegetables? Think about it. What'd you have for breakfast? A bowl of cereal, a cup of coffee, a bagel, and a cup of coffee. Maybe you had eggs and sausage and eggs and bacon, a cup of coffee. At least you got bacon. I mean, at least you got protein. But did you have any vegetables? So how simple is it? If you have an egg, scrambled eggs, throw some mushrooms, onions, spinach, and broccoli. Boom. There's 4 servings of vegetables right there. Studies indicate that people that eat more fruits and vegetables daily live longer with less disease. Believe it or not, the risk of heart disease and increasing your lifespan from eating more fruits and vegetables. There's a study. The very latest study was March of 2021 in the Journal of Circulation. 2 million people over 30 years. And they compared people that just ate 2 servings of fruits and vegetables a day or 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So the average person eats 2 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. I say always shoot for 10. So if you only increased 3 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, you had a 35% less risk of respiratory disease and COPD, 13% less risk of death from any cause, 12% decreased risk of death from heart disease or stroke, and 10% less of a risk of cancer. So just by eating 3 extra servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And folks, that's why we created the Fortify Organic Blue-Green Superfood. It is all organic, certified organic, 100% gluten-free, and FODMAP-free. So that means if you have IBS, you can take it. It's got pineapple, spirulina, wheatgrass juice, blueberries, kale, barley juice, broccoli, strawberries, peppermint, probiotics and enzymes, cinnamon, 6 adaptogenic organic mushrooms in it. It tastes delicious. It's a berry flavor. This is a way you can get those extra servings of fruits and vegetables if you're not gonna eat them. I always recommend shoot for 10 servings of organically grown fruits and vegetables. If they're not organic, at least wash them very good and start, eating for your health. Remember, God made a pretty good body as long as we give it the right fuel. You can always check out Fortify Super organic blue-green superfood online at fortify.com. Check it out, and you can read all the science and the studies behind it at fortify.com. All right, we're getting loaded up. Let's go to the phones. Steve in Clearwater. Good morning, Steve.
Yeah, one thing I think that Bob might try is there's a group of antihypertensive medications called angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, ACE inhibitors. Hibiscus tea has a bioflavonoid, which is not only a natural ACE inhibitor, but is actually stronger per milligram than most drugs are. It's actually stronger. You might try that. And another one is hawthorn berry, which is a
Right.
natural. It has a compound called vitixin in it, which is a natural calcium channel blocker. So you might try hawthorn berry and, even more importantly, hibiscus. It's very effective. In fact, I found that out accidentally because I was taking hibiscus tea just because I like it as I like the taste of it. And I literally was so dizzy in the morning from hypotension.
Right.
That's how effective it was.
Huh.
So it's something to think about.
Yeah, that's good. I wonder if there's any foods that actually acts as a beta blocker, because then we've covered all 3 of the drug categories.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I know there's some that will, like 5-hour energy. That increases your beta
Right.
sympathetic nervous system versus parasympathetic. But I don't know of any actual blockers that would be in natural foods.
Right.
I'm sure there's something there, but
Something for
no.
you to look into.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of beta blockers
I'm not
because
either.
the thing about it is that the very thing that gives you the drive and the happiness and the desires to motivate you and everything else are beta receptors, and I think it's just going after the wrong. And there's a lot of racial differences too. Certain types of antihypertensive drugs are more effective in blacks, and some are
Sure.
more effective in whites. So it's something to think about.
Hey, thanks for that. The hibiscus tea and the hawthorn berries.
Yeah. And by the way, happy 30th anniversary coming up.
Yes, and in about a week, in 14 more days, it'll be 30 years on Ask the Doctor.
That's incredible. Okay, I think I've been listening to you for 11 years.
All right, Steve. Thanks. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay. God bless.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, you're listening to Dr. Richard Hall and myself, Dr. Michael Lange. You're listening to Ask the Doctors this morning. Give us a call, 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. We're getting ready to talk about building muscle, losing fat, and helping to slow down sarcopenia. But we're going to talk to Michael in Lake City. Michael, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Hey, Mike, I'm finally getting that cataract taken care of in my left eye this week, and I had a couple questions for you.
Awesome.
The
Yep.
first one, I ended up with a bug bite a couple weeks ago, and they put me on Cephalexin as an antibiotic. Is that going to interfere with anything?
No, it shouldn't. You should be fine. I mean, that's an oral antibiotic.
Cool.
How you doing after the bug bite?
Itchy, but it's getting there. It's all right.
Yeah, you should be fine. You're going to start a topical antibiotic probably a few days before the cataract surgery.
This
all right?
morning.
And make sure
Just
you do
started that.
And I'd recommend cleaning your eyelashes. Your eyelashes really good for the first 3 days before the surgery. We don't want any bacteria or any viral buildup on that. So you can just use baby shampoo. You can use some lid scrub preparations that you can get on our website, or you can get at Walgreens, that are made to clean the lids. Maybe clean them in the morning and the evening. That way they're really clean prior to having cataract surgery. And then also maybe use some lubricants in your eye, like Oasis or Optase, because we want them to be clean and we want them not to be dry. And then you're going to get a better outcome from the surgery. And, nowadays, in the hands of a competent ophthalmologist that does cataract surgery, they can take that cataract out in 3 to 5 minutes, and you can get some amazing results.
Yeah. The second question, should I double? They're telling me not take anything but my gabapentin that morning of. So should I not take any of the Fortify, and then later on, should I double up on any of it?
Yeah, I would probably stop omega-3, any curcumin. Basically, I would stop all vitamins 5 days before cataract surgery. I mean, that's probably overkill, and cataract surgery is going through your cornea. That's an avascular zone, so clear cornea, topical anesthetic. But sometimes, let's just say hypothetically, there was a complication and they had to do a different type of procedure where they have to cut through, I don't know, the conjunctiva or something else, then you could bleed. So we want you to, I would just stop 5 days before, stop all vitamins. Obviously, no liquor, no booze, no aspirin, no Advil, nothing that thins the blood. Remember, vitamin E can thin the blood, curcumin, ginger, omega-3, all of those things. So I would just err on the side of caution and stop all the vitamins 5 days before. And then you can start them back.
Okay, should I double up on anything to keep the inflation down?
Yeah, you could definitely double up afterwards, because that'll help with recovery. I mean, things like the omega-3 and the Fortify Focus, or the Focus and Brain, the curcumin, the next gen curcumin.
Yep.
Absolutely, you can always double up on those. That will definitely help inflammation. Yeah, good idea.
Cool. Now, the interesting results is going to be the end, because they're doing a -3, I believe, on the lens, and so that I can keep wearing glasses and get that magnification I've talked to you about many times.
Right.
So that you will continue to let me drive, because that is so important right now.
So awesome. Yeah, let's find out how you do, and keep me posted, Michael. I appreciate it. But this is exciting times. We see what happens. As you know,
Yep.
we're trying to keep you seeing so you can stay on the road.
Well, you got it. I'll see you when it's all done and healed up.
All right.
Thank you for everything you do.
Good luck, my friend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, listening to Ask the Doctors, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. You can follow us on all social media right now, and Instagram seems to be working again. Hallelujah. So if you go to Instagram, the real Dr. Michael Lange Instagram is Dr. Michael Lange _ I got a blue check mark. That's mean it's been verified. There's literally hundreds of fake Dr. Michael Lange Instagrams. If it's not Dr. Michael Lange _ with a blue check, I got 70, 80,000 followers or so, then it's a fake one. So there's a lot of fakes, a lot of people trying to catfish you using my images. It's kind of crazy out there. So be very, very careful. So we're going to talk about building muscle. Think about it. All of us want to be stronger, right? We want to live a longer, happier, healthier life. We want to have less body fat, and we want to have, better muscles, not necessarily big muscles, but we don't want to be flabby and have all these wrinkles all over our body. Well, Dr. Hall is an expert in that. We're going to talk to him in just a second about that still, but let's take some more phone calls. Let's go to, I think, Mary in Gainesville. Mary, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
I was just going to suggest 3 things that may be able to help your friend with a high blood pressure.
Yes, ma'am.
And one is natto, N-A-T-T-O, which is actually a Japanese food that is fermented soybeans.
Right.
And apparently it helps with clearing of the arteries. The other thing is there is a naturopath lady from Australia that she's very interesting, Barbara O'Neill, and she suggests 2 liters of water every day and a little cayenne. So I know that this may or may not, but it's just an addition to consider, and to all the wonderful things that you have to say about it.
Absolutely. And I've heard a lot of good things about natto, and certainly the cayenne also, and certainly more water. We don't want to be dehydrated. No, I appreciate it. This is what this show is about, trying to help people as naturally as possible.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, you have a good one. And let's go to Pauline in Ocala. Pauline, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, doctor. I'm wondering what that hibiscus is that man talked about. I don't know if it's a tea or what.
Yeah, he was talking about the hibiscus tea. You can get that usually in the Greenwise section at Publix or at Whole Foods or Fresh Market. He was talking about the tea. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And doctor, could you thank your mother for raising such an amazing, good son?
I will thank her when I get home. She'll be up for her brunch. I made breakfast for her this morning. She had a 2-egg omelet filled with vegetables and a glass of organic orange juice and some of her vitamins. But and then she went back. She likes to nap a lot at 96. So I'll go home. She'll
Yeah.
sit out in the pool, and I'll come home and make her a little brunch before I go over to the nutrition center. And I certainly will thank her.
Okay. Have a great day. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you, Pauline. Bye-bye. All right. We're getting ready to talk to Doc Hall now. So we're biting at the bit. Give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Remember, the BOGO, buy one, get one free of the strawberry watermelon cream. We developed this originally, the strawberry watermelon cream FIT, all right? FIT stands for Fortify Intense Training. We developed this originally to really help us. You know, we're greedy. Dr. Hall and I are kind of greedy. We want to stay strong for a long time, live a long, happy life. But I developed it for my mom and my dad and all my patients and my kids. And I wanted to develop something that is based on the latest science, the latest evidence, and all natural, nothing synthetic, no dyes, no carrageenan, no sucralose, no aspartame, anything like that. And so we looked at all the evidence and we came out with Fortify Fit many years ago now, and it's been huge. We've got literally world champion athletes on it, world class athletes on it, professional athletes, amateur athletes. But the largest segment of growth is actually, it's probably because we're in the villages now. And my average age patient is 82, believe it or not, in the villages. And my 82-year-olds, they're in amazing condition. And I like to think it's what me and Dr. Hall do. We talk about nutrition. We talk about the correct supplements. We talk about the correct diet. And we try to help people literally as naturally as possible. Now, we prescribe medications all the time to treat diseases in the eye. And I'm not saying get away from your primary care physician. You need medications. Medications can save your life, but there's nothing wrong with adding more vegetables and fruits and diet, exercise, and more sleep and more hydration, the right supplements, to your regimen. So once again, sarcopenia is a disease, an age-related disease, kind of like cataracts, all right? Everybody gets cataracts if they live long enough. Most of us will start to develop sarcopenia if we live long enough. And that's where our biceps start to shrink, our thighs start to shrink, and we start to get flabby and we start to get wrinkles all over our body, and we're just not strong anymore. And now we're finding with a combination of specific diets, exercise, something like our Fortify Fit and our protein, we're able to help many of you slow down this sarcopenia and help people build muscle at just about any age. Isn't that correct, Doc Hall?
Absolutely. As many of our listeners know that two of my favorite subjects are neuropathy and sarcopenia. And I'm actually merging these two together now because there's related elements between the two. And sarcopenia, folks, is what we've known as muscle waste. You see it a lot in guys because it's more noticeable. Their legs and their rear end, their butt. It just seems to just disappear. And I first noticed that in twin uncles of mine about 25 years ago. And that's what sparked my research into sarcopenia, was just that. But folks, it's not one of those things, and I fight. Doc, when you get to 40, this happens. When you get to 50, that happens and stuff. And I'm here to say it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, we can fight the good fight. And if you become proactive instead of reactive in a lot of these areas, you're going to come out with a better outcome. And that's what I want to do. I see people all day long. I'm an observer of people, and I see people struggling to get up out of a chair. And I don't like to see that when we can do otherwise. I have this one thing now where I watch people where they do what I call the flop, and they just kind of position themselves in front of a chair and just like, okay, here I go. And they just flop down. And I just worry sometimes that, well, what if that chair flops over or turns over? Or what if they misjudge and go off the chair, whatever, And it's an uncontrolled drop is what they're doing into the chair. And I see people struggle or they need help to get up. Well, that's strength and balance issues. And it's brought on by sarcopenia. But sarcopenia isn't just a year number there that, okay, when you hit 70, that absolutely happens. We have people that are 80, 90, and 100 years old that aren't exhibiting any issues of sarcopenia. By the way, there's a new term now for sarcopenia. It's called ARM, A-R-M. You hear Dr. Lange and I talk about DOMS, D-O-M-S, delayed onset muscle soreness, and ROM, range of motion. Well, we're going to add another one to it. It's called ARM, and that's age-related muscle loss, ARM. And that's a new term for sarcopenia. It doesn't change anything. It just shortens it up, makes it easier to remember. But there are some markers there that, again, being proactive instead of reactive that we can look for. ARM, it's a visible change in muscle mass. But really, by the time you do the eyeball test, ARM or sarcopenia is well underway. A better test is a strength grip test. And I've been working with this now for about 3 months and using a dynamometer. Okay, I just purchased one, a new updated one, just about 2 weeks ago. Works fantastic. And that way it tests your strength. And over time, we can see if there's a decrease in strength. Hopefully there's an increase in strength. Okay, but folks, there's things you can do. Just as Dr. Lange said, our fit is designed for muscle and increase. Our protein, I notice with folks that are exhibiting sarcopenia, that they lack protein in their body, and again, this is where we get that thing, well, when you get older, that happens. Well, when you get older, your lifestyle changes, okay? Your eating habits change, your sleep habits change, your exercise changes, or maybe even goes away. Well, those are all elements, okay, of sarcopenia. So when those happen to you, naturally, sarcopenia is going to take over, and we don't want that. So there's a lot of things that can be done. If you're in the Village area and you'd like for me to test your grip strength and do a complete workup on you, you're more than welcome. All you have to do is call the front desk, say you want an appointment with Dr. Hall. And remember, Dr. Lange and I have put this together where it's no charge to you at all, none whatsoever. And so it's a good service all the way around. But you got to fight the good fight with sarcopenia, and you can do that, right, Dr. Lange?
Amen. And Doc Hall, we've got that performance stacking bundle. That's a combination. We're getting ready to go to the next call. I think Kirk's been on hold for a second. So, but we've got the performance stacking bundle where you get your choice of one of the proteins and the Fortify Fit at a pretty good discounted rate. And those work synergistically together, don't they?
Absolutely. And you'll hear us say all the time about supplements having a certain synergy to them. And that's a balance, and they work together. Well, those two products certainly work together. In fact, a lot of days, that's my breakfast going out the door. And of course, I put a little scoopful of our superfoods in there as well. But in the morning now, I'm driving an hour to the Villages. I live up in Ocala, and it's about an hour drive. So I don't have time to sit down and eat breakfast. So I do a shake in the morning, and out the door I go, and I drink it on the way, and I finish it when I get to the office. So that's a good way to start your day. And folks, don't just blow off breakfast. You have to have some breakfast in the morning. If you can't eat a breakfast, why don't you drink a breakfast? Right. There's some good recipes we have on our websites too for just that.
Yep. And you can check it out on the website at fortify.com or drmichaellange.com. And go to the section at drmichaellange.com, the blog section. There's a lot of articles that we've written. And there is a blog section on fortify.com. It's a newer blog section. All right, we're going back to the phones. Kirk's been waiting patiently. Kirk in Palmetto, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Hi. How you doing, Doc?
All right. And yourself?
Good. Thank you. I'm calling about my son today. He's 29 years old. He's going through some chronic digestive issues that we've been really unable to resolve. I know that's not your specialty, but I respect your opinion on medical issues.
Right.
So I thought I'd just give you maybe some guidance on who would be a good specialist. Tests and be
Right. So
taking. Go ahead.
let me ask you this. So he's 29. How much does he weigh approximately?
Well, he was doing a lot of weightlifting and eating a lot, and he was up to about 180, but now he actually dropped down to in the last year in the 140s. He's actually got some weight back on him a little bit. He's back up to about 160.
Is he under a lot of stress with his job or his family or?
Well, he's taking over. Yeah, he's somewhat. He denies it, but he's taking over the business that I've and me and my wife have owned for a long time.
Right.
But he's not like he's working 80 hours or anything. He's but he denies that that's the issue.
Sure. So let me ask, what kind of digestive issues is he having? Is he constipated? Is he getting the runs? He's having pain in the stomach?
It's not so much the pain. He feels bloated all the time, but the constipation is he's feels like he's not totally eliminating,
Right.
and like he's constantly blocked.
All right. So first of all, I mean, obviously he needs to probably talk to his primary care physician, maybe even see a gastroenterologist. Okay. But I think there's some things that we can just talk about quickly. Diet is crucial. All right. Bloating. I mean, I see so many patients. Dr. Hall and I work with patients all the time that are just dramatically bloated. When we change their diet and get all the garbage out of their system, a lot of that bloating goes down and their digestion improves. That's why I created the Lange Survival Diet. So I all the homework is done for you. I would go to Google and just Google Lange Survival Diet, print it off,
Okay.
give it to him, tell him to start following that meticulously. So what I've done, I've taken all the foods out that cause bloating, all right? Things that have gluten in it, things that have phytic acid, lectins, okay? Oxalates, protease inhibitors, all these things that cause bloating. So there's a certain select group of foods you can eat. And I would probably add something to his diet like our digestive bundle. And the digestive bundle has our enzymes and our probiotics. And I'd recommend taking one enzyme 5 minutes before any cooked meals, and then taking 3 probiotics at bedtime, or maybe 1 in the morning and 2 at bedtime. But 3 probiotics a day, digestive enzymes before you eat. And then I would make sure that he chews his food. Remember, digestion starts in the mouth. Most people just don't chew it enough, and chew it, 30, 40 times before you swallow it. Don't drink any fluids with your meal. Drink maybe a little before and a little after, because don't want to dilute the digestive juices. Sometimes we add HCl. Sometimes we add things like apple cider vinegar, but you can also eat a little pineapple. All right. Just a little bit of pineapple that has some digestive enzymes, bromelain in it, that can help. So stress reduction, believe it or not, is very important too. So if we change him to a diet like consistent with Lange Survival Diet, add the digestive enzymes and the probiotics, start chewing the food more, and some exercise. Obviously, got to be doing some exercise. I think all this could potentially help, but it's definitely a wise idea for him to see his primary care physician to make sure there's not on some underlying etiology that's causing this. But he could certainly try this for the first 2 weeks and see if he gets a lot of benefits.
Well, that's what I thought. We'd try something like that. But he has seen, he's had the colonoscopy, he's had the endo from the top, down. I mean, it seems like it's such an obscure affliction. There's so many different things that could be going on. But I thought, he's not on a strict diet, and that's where I thought we could start.
Absolutely.
But,
and stop the fast food and the frozen dinners.
He doesn't. I mean, he really doesn't.
Good.
I mean, he cooks at home, and it's driving us all crazy.
Try what we talked about. Try what I talked about, and keep me posted. And let me give you my personal email. Okay, it's iDude92. So it's EYEDUDE iDude92 at iCloud.com. That's the letter I in iCloud. And I can give you a lot more information. Via. It's hard to give you all the information on the radio.
Dr. Lange, good, Doc. Thank you.
All right, take care. And Doc Hall, we see a lot of that, don't we? A lot of bloating, a lot of digestive issues, and the culprit of the problem oftentimes is, especially in young people, it's the garbage that we're ingesting. We might be thinking we're eating the right foods, but we're really not.
Well, it's that whole thing, Dr. Lang, really, that to that change in lifestyle, and I see it a lot in younger people too, because they're not out, they're not exercising, they're sitting in front of a screen, or they're online with something. And two areas for the last caller too that I'd like for them to look into: make sure that hydration level is high, and also fiber. I notice a lot of people anymore are not getting any fiber, as we used to say, roughage in our diet. They're just not. And especially with fast foods and like that, there is no fiber in there at all. There's not any at all. And so that's two areas to look at. But for that last caller too, make sure you're getting a little exercise. Just even walking would be good for digestion and elimination and all like that.
Yep, we're getting loaded up. We're getting ready to go to the next call. Remember, we got the BOGO, buy one, get one free on the Fortify Fit. We've been talking about helping to build muscle and decrease fat and slow down sarcopenia, that's dreaded muscle wasting as we get older. And Fortify Fit is something we help develop for that. Remember, it's buy one, get one free online at fortify.com. And when you buy one as strawberry watermelon cream, you automatically get another. When you buy four, you get four for free. So take advantage of that. Let's go back to the phones. We got David in Clearwater. David, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Hey, hi there, Dr. Lang. And my second time I've listened to your show. What a sweet person you are, and so kind. Such good advice. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, you're welcome. Doctor, I've been following this lifestyle for the last 2.5 years. Of grain-free and sugar-free eating. And high fiber,
right,
as well, and it was really remarkable, eliminating so when I say grain-free, I mean total elimination,
right,
of wheat and corn and rice and anything that is from the seeds of grasses, right?
Now, do you eat any pseudo grains like quinoa, buckwheat, or amaranth?
No, sir. I have the doctor says that we could do the quinoa, but I really, it's so interesting. I have really no kind of craving for grains anymore. I kind of like my body sort of is rather resilient like that, and I feel a lot of people could do that. Is that interesting?
Well, there's so many anti-nutrients in grains. All right. I mean, wheat, barley, and rye has the gluten, and many things have phytic acid and lectins. And that's why I was saying quinoa is gluten-free. So is amaranth and buckwheat, but they're high in phytic acid. So if people are going to do quinoa, they need to soak it overnight, or you can buy it already sprouted. Remember, soaking, sprouting, and fermenting makes foods much healthier. It reduces these terrible anti-nutrients that are in foods. And the same thing with nuts and seeds. You got to be careful with nuts and seeds because many of them are filled with a lot of these anti-nutrients as well.
Good point. Thank you. It's really interesting. As part of this program, I do these shakes, right? And it's really kind of cool. We do raw plantain shakes, right? So these don't create any blood sugar spikes, right? But I get around 40 grams of fiber in the morning. And I also am doing a lot of intermittent fasting and using of MCT oil with the shake. So I end up eating about 2 meals a day, but feel great. I've been, I'm 65 years old now. I hate to say that.
You're just getting started. You're a young'un.
I'm a young guy, but I swam this morning.
David, we're running out of time. Let's finish this conversation next week or the following. Let's talk more about this, but I got to take one quick call and then we got to exit the plane. We can only get 1 minute left. Okay.
Okay. All the best. Talk to you later. Bye.
Good talking to you. All right. Let's go to Marty in Palm Harbor. Marty, good morning.
Hey, Dr. Lang, love your show. I've been listening to you for years. I just ordered my new Dodge Demon. I got a couple Dodge Vipers. I got a great quick story for you. Had astigmatism all my life. Got LASIK 20 years ago. Went bad in 10 years. I went from 2015 to 2020, and then went back to 2080, 2100. Started taking black seed oil. And after about a week, my vision went back to 2020.
Hallelujah. I like that. That's a really good antioxidant. It's got some essential fatty acids in it. We can talk more about that next week as well. Marty, thanks for that call. Keep the pedal to the metal in that Viper. All right. Doc, We got 10 seconds. Tell everybody goodbye.
Good deal. Thanks, everyone, for sharing your Saturday with us. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in for Ask the Doctor. I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you and God bless America.